Hello, my name is Eric Loya, and I'm an instructional specialist with the Success Center. I'd like to share some study skills that can be useful to you during the semester while you take an online class. Many of these skills will probably sound familiar to you, as they are often used during in class instruction. However, it's beneficial to place them in the context of online instruction. Let's start with time management. Obviously, you won't have to set aside time for in person class meetings, but you might be required to meet with your teacher via Skype, Zoom, or another conferencing app. You'll also have deadlines for assignments and projects that will be turned in through Canvas or email. This isn't too different from the in class setting, but it does require more discipline as a student, which means you'll need a proper schedule. You can accomplish this by setting aside the hours you need for reading assignments, completing work, revising, and uploading, and then mark those hours down in a planner, on your computer, or on your phone. Using your phone is particularly beneficial as you probably always have it with you and can set alarms to remind yourself about assignments. No matter what you use to schedule, you must set aside the time and write down what you plan to work on. This will help create a sense of responsibility about what you need to accomplish. The traditional expectation is that you will need to set aside 2 to 3 hours per unit to study and complete assignments. This will equal 6 to 12 hours of work and study per week. However, if you need more time, then plan accordingly. Equally important is creating a space to work in. Find a place in your home where you won't be bothered, where you can study peacefully, and where you can focus, preferably somewhere quiet and remote. A schedule won't mean much if you don't have a place to work without interruption. It also won't help if those around you aren't aware of your schedule, so make sure your family, friends, and roommates are aware of your work hours and respect your time so that you can be productive. Next, you need to make sure you stay in contact with your teacher and read instructions carefully. Staying in contact with your teacher is critical for online instruction, as you're less likely to meet face to face. Using your schedule, you can set aside times to check your email, which you should do at least once a day to ensure you don't miss any important information about class. Email your teacher with any questions you have as soon as you can. Otherwise, you risk not getting an answer in time. Make sure you format your email properly, with an appropriate subject in the subject line, a formal greeting that includes your teacher's title, and a succinct message or question that quickly addresses the issue at hand in a professional tone. Don't forget to sign your name at the end and include any important class information you might feel necessary. You'll also need to check for announcements through Canvas and for comments on your assignments. If you get an announcement from your teacher, make use of the comment section. This is an easy way to help keep you and your teacher focused on a specific topic, presumably the topic of the announcement. You should check the comment section on your assignments too. It's possible that a question you have was already answered in a comment your teacher provided. And before sending any questions to your teacher, make sure you've read your instructions carefully so that unnecessary emails can be avoided. You should also visit the college's website regularly and stay informed about what resources are being provided, such as online tutoring and virtual texts that can be found through Canvas and the college library. Ultimately, you will have more freedom with an online class, but you will also need to be more disciplined. Without face to face class time, it is easy to procrastinate, which can result in late assignments, failing grades, or even a dropped class. Remember, your education is a product of your dedication and effort, so make sure you plan accordingly and are prepared for the expectations of an online class.